board now Rohan Verma, CEO and Executive Director at MapmyIndia, to talk about how their quarter went by. Rohan, hi, morning. Welcome to ET Now. Always good speaking with you. Let's highlight, Rohan, firstly on your quarterly revenues, which clearly are at an all-time high. Help us understand what led to this kind of growth, and going forward, what do you think are going to be some of the key growth engines?
Thank you for having me on your show again. It was a really good quarter in terms of broad-based revenue growth across sectors. So whether automotive, driven by good automotive OEM sales, and of course we have a very strong order book there, working with almost all the OEMs. Mobility segment and meaning IoT, and that's where IoT business that we acquired, plus which we are growing, where we sell to fleets and transporters and manufacturing companies, IoT and logistics, digital solutions. That did well. And then consumer tech and enterprise digital transformation. That C&E part of our business also grew quite strongly. So whether on the private side or the new age companies or even on the government. So broad-based revenue growth across segments. And this is kind of a result of both strong order book that we have, plus also more and more use cases, people realizing for MapmyIndia's maps and deep tech.
Rohan, although I can see that the margins have declined on a sequential basis and on a full year basis as well, why is that?
Yeah, see, a couple of things to keep in mind. On a half-yearly basis, actually, and without Gtropy, the IoT business that we acquired, EBITDA margins are actually up to 50%, so much higher than even before. So our core business, which is maps driven, which is scaled up, continues to be very strong. IoT is a growth sector that we see for the future, where we have to sell devices upfront and generate SaaS revenue in future. And this is a very, very large addressable market. I mean, 28 crore vehicles on the road already, trucks, buses, taxis, cars, two-wheelers for delivery or mobility use cases. And government is investing a lot in logistics efficiency. You've seen ULIP, you've seen the National Logistics Policy or Gati Shakti. We want to be in the thick of that sector. And so for that, we need to invest in providing the devices, IoT devices upfront, which compresses margins initially, followed by high SaaS margins in subsequent years, which will reap benefits for us in the future. So we're making those investments upfront so that our medium and long-term growth really accelerates beyond the typical trajectory.
Is there a cyclicality in your business? I was looking at some of your previous numbers, same time last year, the earnings season for the first quarter of this year. There seems to be a seasonality in this business. Is it true?
There's some lumpiness, and Q1 of last year and Q2 of last year may not be exactly the exact corollary, because Q1 last year, if you remember, had the lockdown. So there was a spillover effect into Q2 of last year. Q2 of last year was definitely stronger than what it would have been on a normal basis. The best way to understand MapmyIndia's business is on a year-to-date, year-on-year basis. It is an annual business where some quarter can be up or down here or there. But overall, based on our annual order book, the overall year shapes up, and that's the better comparison to do.
How your customer wins have shaped up in the quarter gone by, because the government as well has taken a lot of digital transformation initiatives. What percentage of the order book is from the government, and how do you see this growing going forward?
Yeah, see, last year, historically, our government business has been 5 to 10%, sub 10%. We see it growing up to 15 and maximum 20%. We don't want it to be higher than that. That's the mix we want from a diversified portfolio across sectors point of view. The good thing is in government also, we are focused on selling our digital products and platforms. So we are an OEM with our maps, our software, our APIs, our engines, etc. And bunch of interesting government wins. So if you see a state roadways department is using us for IoT, for road construction monitoring, or a state tourism board is using us for the mapping and location-based tourism portal. And like that, different other segments, whether on the health department or safe city or smart city, so or even the state tax department. So in that sense, yes, we are very happy the government is using digital to do governance. In fact, a very interesting initiative we have done, which is actually non-monetary, but has a big impact on road safety and traffic, is our work with UP Police, where 26 crore citizens and commuters will get the benefit through the Mapple's Swadeshi Consumer Maps and Navigation app, where the UP Police is giving the official real-time traffic and road safety advisories. And if citizens find any issues on the road, they can report it, such as potholes, such as road closures or jams, and the traffic police will immediately attend to it. So this is a big way in which we can solve this kind of on-ground issues and make commuting easier and living safer and better, working together with the government in a strategic manner to benefit citizens. And then on the side, of course, our business with government and overall is growing.
Rohan, this is Nantar also joining in on the conversation. So you've already talked about Mapple, which is your product to also try and challenge the global giant Google and Google Maps. So taking that forward, you're talking about real time, how it's more suitable for the Indian roads, our traffic situation, etc. What we've also seen recently is how MapmyIndia GPS is being used by M&M. And both the companies use the Swadeshi angle for that. I want to understand from you, are other Indian automakers in conversations with you? Will we start seeing the MapmyIndia GPS in their cars?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we already work very closely with Maruti. We are working, of course, with Mahindra for many, many years. You'll see more OEM sign up. We can't disclose till the time they go live with the solution. Anyways, about 9 or 10 odd OEMs work with MapmyIndia out of the 14. We're happy that another large OEM has signed up with us in this quarter. So yeah, more and more companies will be working with us. And just again on that, what we have also done with Mapples, and it's coming in the cars also, is this junction view, which shows you the 3D difference between when you have to climb a flyover or avoid a flyover. Now, these types of things lead to advanced safety or even showing you speed breakers ahead. And when car makers and MapmyIndia come together, then even when you're driving the car, you're getting these advanced driver warnings, which can even showing you the speed limit of the current road so that you don't overspeed. These are the things that can shape behavior. Of course, there's a value to customer and OEM, so they pay us, but also at the end of the day, it creates positive impact for the country.
Okay, so we're going to leave it at that. Rohan Verma of MapmyIndia taking you through the quarter that's gone by. Did see a reduction in margins, hoping to arrest that soon. Big plans as far as their challenge to Google